Habits build or break you. Habits define destiny. Hey friend, let's talk straight about something that secretly decides your future, your habits. Every day you follow patterns, whether you realize it or not. These patterns either build you up or break you down. That's why the battle between rich habits and poor habits is so important to understand. If you ever ask yourself why some people move ahead while others stay stuck, the answer almost always comes down to habits. And today, we'll break down exactly how they work, why they shape your future, and which ones you should keep or throw away if you truly want success. See, most people think success is a big one-time event, a lucky deal, a perfect job, a jackpot. But that's far from the truth. Real success comes from the small, repeated choices you make every single day. It's those habits that build momentum, shape your confidence, and create the path to wealth or keep you chained to struggle. And you might not even see these habits because they hide in your routine like a shadow. So today, let's shine a light on them, and talk honestly, like friends, about what makes or breaks your dreams. First, let's look at what rich habits even are. People with strong, positive habits are not born lucky. They build daily routines that push them forward. Things like planning the day ahead, sticking to a schedule, reading every day, focusing on self-development, investing in skills, and setting priorities with discipline. These habits are like building bricks. One brick might not look impressive, but brick by brick, you build a powerful wall to protect your dreams. On the other hand, poor habits act like termites. Slowly, quietly, they eat away at your foundation. They look small: overspending, procrastinating, skipping learning, blaming others, refusing to plan, but over time, these destroy your stability and your confidence. Poor habits give you a sense of comfort for a moment, but they steal your long-term peace and your chances of wealth. Now, let's talk mindset. Rich habits grow from a growth mindset, where you believe skills can be improved, money can be earned, challenges can be learned from. Poor habits grow from a fixed mindset, where you think, this is just the way I am, or, I'll never change. That one belief can decide if you live on your terms or spend your life making excuses. Think about how people with rich habits handle money. They plan before spending. They invest before they celebrate. They track every rupee or dollar because they know that money is a tool. They look for ways to grow their money, not just spend it. Poor habits do the opposite, chasing quick rewards, ignoring the budget, hoping someone else will fix their problems. The result is living paycheck to paycheck, never truly free. If you want to break out of that cycle, focus on your daily decisions. Rich habits include reading, listening to inspiring voices, writing down your dreams, tracking progress, networking with positive people, asking better questions, and constantly learning. These habits keep your mind alive and motivated. They give you a sense of purpose and the courage to act. Let's get even more real. Rich habits help you stay consistent. That means you don't quit every time things get hard. You keep going even when it feels impossible, because you trained your mind to push past excuses. Poor habits make you stop, overthink, and lose faith at every bump in the road. If you want to grow in business or in life, consistency is your best friend. Success is never a straight line, but with rich habits, you'll bounce back faster every time life throws you a curveball. One of the strongest rich habits is valuing your time. Successful people treat time like money, even more precious than money. They refuse to waste it on gossip, endless scrolling, or pointless drama. They guard their hours because they know their hours build their future. Poor habits, though, happily waste hours on distractions that lead nowhere. They live in reaction mode, responding to whatever happens instead of creating their own plan. Have you noticed how people with rich habits rarely complain? That's no accident. They have trained themselves to look for solutions. Complaints solve nothing. Action does. If you catch yourself complaining, pause, and shift to asking, what can I do right now to improve this? That one question is the difference between staying stuck and making progress. Another rich habit is controlling your emotions. Let's be honest, life tests all of us. But rich habits help you respond with calm and courage instead of fear and anger. You learn to take a breath before reacting, to look at the bigger picture, to focus on the long term. That emotional discipline keeps you from making costly mistakes and protects your relationships too. Let's talk relationships, because they shape your success massively. Rich habits include surrounding yourself with positive, motivated, supportive people. People who believe in their dreams and yours. They don't gossip, tear you down, or waste your time. Poor habits. They cling to negativity, jealousy, and blame. If you spend your energy with these kinds of people, their habits will rub off on you. It's that simple. Remember, success is a team sport. You need allies, mentors, role models, and friends who push you higher. That network is one of the strongest advantages rich habits give you. You get fresh ideas, honest feedback, encouragement, and sometimes opportunities you could never reach alone. One of the biggest differences between rich and poor habits is how they treat mistakes. Rich habits see mistakes as lessons. Poor habits see mistakes as proof of failure. That tiny shift makes a giant difference. When you see mistakes as stepping stones, you bounce back, adapt, and keep growing. When you fear mistakes, you hide, avoid trying, and lose precious opportunities. A person with rich habits knows setbacks happen, but they use them to become wiser, tougher, more creative. Poor habits make people blame, shrink, or give up. So next time something goes wrong, catch yourself and ask, what can this teach me? That mindset is pure gold. Now let's look at daily routines. Rich habits thrive on structure. They wake up with a purpose, plan their day, take care of their health, and invest time in building their dream. They get enough sleep, exercise, and eat to fuel their brain. Poor habits, however, live in chaos, no routine, no priorities, no plan for growth. That difference creates a compound effect over time. After a year, 2 years, 5 years, you see how the gap between rich and poor habits grows massive. No one is perfect, of course. Even people with rich habits slip sometimes. But the difference is they get back on track fast. Poor habits make excuses to stay off track. Which one will you choose? If you're serious about changing your life, pick even one rich habit today and stick to it. Maybe reading 10 pages of a good book. Maybe going for a walk and listening to a success podcast. Maybe writing your goals down every morning. Start small. Then repeat. You'll build a chain of rich habits, one link at a time, until your life looks completely different. The truth is, nobody changes overnight. But if you change your habits, you will change your results. If you change your results, you will change your confidence. And if you change your confidence, you will change your entire life. That is why successful people guard their habits so carefully. They know their habits are their future. Think of your habits like seeds. Rich habits are seeds for freedom, growth, peace, and wealth. Poor habits are seeds for stress, regret, and limitation. Every morning you plant seeds. Every evening you harvest the results. So choose carefully. If you're watching this, you already have the desire to grow. That's powerful. Now add discipline and action, and you'll have an unstoppable combination. You deserve a life of confidence, choices, and opportunities, and it all begins with what you do daily, not once in a while. Hill's book Think and Grow Rich was never about luck, it was about habits. And countless other successful people prove the same truth: habits make success inevitable. They remove the stress of guessing. They give you a map to follow, even when motivation is low. That's why they matter so much more than talent or education alone. So let today be your turning point. Catch yourself whenever you slip back into poor habits. Remind yourself of your bigger goal. Ask better questions. Surround yourself with doers. And act on your plans, even if you're afraid. This is how rich habits transform lives. No matter where you start, remember, habits are a choice. You can choose to build them, break them, or ignore them. But the choice has consequences. Why not build habits that give you the best shot at freedom and happiness? I believe you can. You have every right to change. You have the courage inside you. You have the dreams in your heart. And now you have the awareness of what habits you need to protect. So go protect them. Live them. And let the results speak for you. In the end, it isn't about being perfect, it's about being intentional. Rich habits are about setting your intention each day, acting on it, and forgiving yourself when you slip, then recommitting. That is what builds a legendary life. And that is what separates the dreamers from the achievers. So, my friend, I'll leave you with this: every day, you have two choices. You can live on autopilot, letting old habits run you. Or you can step up, take the wheel, and drive your life toward a future that excites you. One choice will keep you average. The other will make you unstoppable. Which one will you pick? Rich habits build success by discipline, planning, learning, and positive mindset, while poor habits silently destroy dreams. Choose wisely. Build rich habits now. Which rich habit will you start today? Share below with everyone.